Hey you guys, it's me, 2-for-1 Cupcake Lover, and I now have the finished product of the Pikachu headphones that I have now just made. Um, Technically I didn't make it, I painted it, but technically I did kind of make it because it wasn't Pikachu headphones from the start. So, I don't know, whatever you want to take it as. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead as I did to do it. I already told you what type of paint I used, which was acrylic paint. Use acrylic paint. It's actually really, really good to use on headphones because it'll stay on for a long time, and plus it's just a mixture to get weather-resistant acrylic paint, so that way it does not end up coming off no matter what the weather is. So that's good. It hopefully will not melt in the heat. So that would be really good, you know. However, the white paint I used a different type of white paint. It is not acrylic. It is actually fabric paint that I used for the white part. So I don't know how that's going to stay on very well. I don't know how it's going to do with staying on. But so far it's doing pretty well right now for drying. Right now it's just drying, because I just now finished it. So anyways, so what I did is to paint the whole body is use a big brush, and when I did the detailing of the face, and I'm going to show you another little part that I added in a few minutes. Sorry if you can't hear me, I keep covering my mouth because my nose is running, but basically when you're doing the face and the detailing, do not use don't use a big brush like this size brush, because it is like the worst. Oh my gosh, it is a bitch. It is so hard to control that you end up making your eyes not the right size you want, and they end up turning out so ugly, and they're not good when it comes to making your eyes circle-ish, which I tried my best to make them as circle-ish as I could. But when doing the face and detailing like that, I would suggest using a brush size like this, like at least a smaller size brush, because it has so much better control when painting the way you want your face to look like. So, and also with lettering as well. So use smaller brushes. But what I did is I did a lot, like I did about 2 or 3 coats of the yellow paint all over the headphones. I had to do another 2 or 3 coats again for this part because I, again, ended up using the big brush to start on the eyes, which ended up messing up my eyes, and black went all over the place when I wiped it off. So I had to like paint it again over and over of yellow 2 or 3 times. So if you don't end up using the big brush, now that I'm warning you, and you end up using the smaller brush to paint the face, you won't have to do more and more coats. But basically, for the whole headset that I painted it, I did 2 or 3 coats just to be sure. First off, just to be sure the paint will stay on and won't come off, and have an easier chance of staying protected. And another thing is I wanted the yellow to really stand out and pop, and I wanted a really, really bright yellow headset because Pikachu is really, really yellow, as right here, for example, my plushy Pikachu. But yeah, so but it's up to you whether or not you want to do with 2 or 3. If you want, it depends on the type of like brightness of the yellow you want. So do whatever you want to do for that part of how many coats you want. And then the next thing I did was I painted, basically I used the same paint I always use, was acrylic paint. Acrylic paint is really good with these type of headphones because it will actually stay on because it is weather resistant. It will stay on no matter what the weather is. Hopefully, I've never tried it yet because it's still winter time. I don't know how it's going to do with heat, and I'm hoping it does really pretty well with heat and it won't end up melting. Because I've seen how paint is with heat, and it's not very good. So I'm praying it does really well with heat when the summertime comes around. That way I won't have the problem. But yeah, but the white paint is actually a different type of paint I used. It is actually fabric paint. I don't know how fabric paint will do with this type with headphones, because I've never used fabric paint on plastic headphones, so I don't know how that's gonna go. But I put it on top of the acrylic paint, so it shouldn't be a problem. But right now it's drying, so I don't know how it's gonna do. But hopefully it does well and stays on. And yeah, pretty much that's all I did was use the black paint, paint in the eyes, the mouth, and the nose, and then I used the red paint to paint in the cheeks. And then I added in the little white dot for the pupil, I guess. I don't know. It's like with Pikachu, there's always a little white dot, and I don't know if that's supposed to be the shine or a pupil or something. I don't know what it is, but it's always on every Pikachu I find. There's always a little white dot. So I went with it. And the last thing I added was I put the word Pikachu on the headband part. I don't know, because that way people know it's Pikachu and everything. So yeah, that's what I did. That was a little addition. You know, Pikachu headphones. I thought it would be appropriate to put Pikachu on it. And I'm still debating whether or not to do on the sides, each side of the headband, to do lightning bolts. Outline a lightning bolt on there. I am still debating whether or not to do that, but I probably won't do it because I'm getting sick and tired of painting it right now. And I'm just really, really tired because I've spent basically the whole night working on this headset. Yeah, but it wouldn't have taken long if I didn't mess up on the eyes. And another thing is my dog ended up having an upset stomach, so I had to I've been cleaning up his mess for a while, so it wouldn't have taken me if you continue on doing it without any interruptions, it should not take you as long as it took me, which was quite a few hours. But if you just keep going on it and you just give it time to half hour to dry between the painting, trying at least wait a half hour, and if it's still not dry, give it another half hour. It depends on the type of paint you get. I suggest getting folk art paint folk art and apple barrel paint, because actually the apple barrel dried really, really fast. So if you're going to get yellow paint for the body, I suggest getting apple barrel, because it actually dries within a half hour. It's actually a pretty fast drying paint that I've noticed. The more you paint on top of it, more coats you paint onto it, the quicker it dries with the amount of time. So get apple barrel paint if you can. Gloss acrylic paint, apple barrel is really, really good. Folk art is actually pretty good too. I don't know how folk art is right now. I am kind of scared to touch it to see if it dried or not. And I'm probably just going to end up leaving it alone, so that way I don't mess it up, because I'm so scared of messing it up and I'm going to have to redo it again. And I'm tired of getting paint all over my fingers. So, with that said, that is it. That is my Pikachu headset that I made on my own. And also how to exactly make it. It's not that hard. Where I got these from these headsets from Target, as I said, and they're Sony. And if you want if you're gonna do Pikachu headphones, I suggest getting white. White will help the yellow really stand out. So don't get black, because it's just gonna take forever. You're gonna have to do so many coats of paint over it, and trust me, it is a pain in the ass to do that. To paint so many coats of paint over and over and over the black plastic of the headset. So get white, so much easier. So that's pretty much it. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye, you guys.